villain voice depends on the type of villain they are. You know, Ganondorf definitely sits into a very classical archetype where he's a warrior, he's a conniver.
Sweep over Hyrule with the power I have granted.
But he's also very much a diplomat, a deceiver of a silver tongue.
It is unfortunate that the noble Zonai no longer grace this world with their presence.
And so there's finding the balance between the edge of his persona that is this kind of warlord with endless ambition, as well as being able to put on that very political facade and very kind of an element of regal presentation. So being able to acknowledge the multiple facets of a villain will help you dial in kind of where that voice and spectrum of their performance sits, as well as size, of course. You know, a massive character isn't going to be like, okay, I'm trying to destroy the world. So you know, the physical presence of them can definitely inform a lot of that.
Shit. There you are. I just want to pee on myself and run.
Seeing the art of a character can definitely help inspire that. But a lot of it's also just understanding where they come from as a character. Are they a misunderstood hero from their perspective? Do they know what they're doing is bad, but they don't care? Other villains can be even just like terrifying and nasty, monstrous, in which just like spitty and growling. This jaw kind of splits open. There's some that are very gentle and calm, which in its own right can be extremely terrifying.
You must have traveled quite a distance to be far from my sight.
Being able to define all those things really helps you kind of pull together the spices on your spice rack of voiceover and be like, well, you know, a little bit of self-loathing, a little bit of excited ambition, a little bit of cold, calculation, and then play in that space. It's interesting. I don't have a hard time coming up with new voices, but sometimes it can be a challenge when a lot of directors or casting directors or producers in games want a particular sound that they've already heard from you. Sometimes there'll be a few projects in a row with similar archetypes. Thinking of like, Cassidy and Adair in the first Pillars of Eternity, even the second one kind of hit, both kind of Southern good old boys, but whereas, Cassidy's a little more laid back and deeper.
I've been kind of busy.
Adair's just a little more, good old boy wandering out there trying to do his best and, coming out of the Deerlands and cross Aora.
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
And, they're different in nuance, but side by side, you can sound like they're similar. I'll audition for wildly different takes, and then we'll get in the session, and they'll be like, we like this. Can we bring it a little deeper, a little more cool sounding, a little more texture? And I'm like, you want the Jotaro voice. Got you. Okay.
You really think you can help me?
If anything, that's why I love D&D, and Critical Role gives me that outlet to just sporadically scatter myself across thousands of characters. But a job's a job, and people know what they want.